between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. The returner will field it and bring it back. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Florida State's offense will get the ball first. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll test the right side. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll keep it on the ground. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line, a pickup of 6.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. He'll do it himself. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, man. I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw him, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him.
Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a first down on the ground.
Yeah, and you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
To the air, it's Nolan. Got him downfield. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Dogs in the hurry-up.
Now watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Looking for a chunk play on second and short. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
The Bulldogs really need to keep alive on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
And the Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They are controlling the ball. 9th play of the drive. Back to throw. It's Nolan. Here comes the heat. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17. Brings up a 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious. And these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabs behind the line. It's Williams. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Offense will try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Keeps it himself and gets the first. And he'll finally slide after the long run. I'm not sure if he wanted to avoid the hit or he just got tired. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years. Not always dual threats. Sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie. And guys that maybe they weren't runners, but man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better. And you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. A first down for the offense. Dropping back, it's Berry. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Great job at containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man in the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
Wants to go up top. Blasted as he lets it go. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
He'll start this drive firing. Rushes on him. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Nolan. Using the quick game. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Trying to set up the screen. Crosses the 30. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
And the Dogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Off the RPO, complete. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw on 1st down. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Back to throw, it's Nolan. Rifles it down the middle. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Off the boot, looking for his man. He rifles one deep down the right side. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't let... Loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And that's the problem when you're living in 2nd and long situations. Sometimes the quarterbacks feel like they just got to go get it all back in one throw. That's what he was trying to do on that one. He forced it into traffic, and the defense made him pay, coming up with a huge interception.
I love defenses that can mix it up between man and zone. And I love the vision right here by the quarterback. Seeing the quarterback the whole way. Breaking on the football when that hand separates from the other hand. Nice job getting the deflection. Nice vision by that cornerback.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Holds and fires complete to the right. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Looking to throw, it's Sperry. And it's incomplete on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Leaves it with the back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Gun. They'll give it on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Quarterback may change this route. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Runs through a tackle. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. This is a designed run.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
And interesting, on third and short, man, a lot of time defenses get really, really aggressive, so they try to slip in the screen, but they played it nicely, got pressure on the QB, got in there so fast, kind of disrupted the timing, and won that third down.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Here's the handoff. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Scanning the field, it's Nolan. He'll pull it down and run. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Georgia going up tempo.
On the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Going to swing it on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Quarterback making adjustments. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Complete to the left. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's.
There he goes. Touchdown, Georgia. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. RPO complete to open the drive. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He'll keep it himself. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Berry. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. He's got it on the right. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run it from the gun. Fights off a defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, you just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Here's a heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. On fourth down, going to the air. Complete out of the backfield. Shakes off the defender. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
They're dealing with a second and long. Dropping back, it's Nolan. Bringing the heat. Fires to the tight end. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Dogs come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Gets it out fast. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The play action fake. Looking to the big tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. The offense burns its third and final timeout.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. To the air on first down. He's got him. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll open the second half on the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Finds the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Looking to throw, it's Nolan. Oh, they're after him. First down and more. He got past the sticks and slides to a stop, but there is a flag on the play.
Hold.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Safe completion on the screen. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Pressure coming. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. Hunt is on its way. Let's see what he can do with it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Off-play action on 1st down. Fires downfield. He's got an open man. And they exploited that soft spot. They get it down to the 35.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll give it to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to pass, it's Nolan. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Gives it on the option. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Coming up, 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try to sneak it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
The run from the shotgun. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Georgia going up tempo. Trying play action. Pocket breaking down. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy 1st down.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. To the air, it's Nolan. Quickly complete. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open, quarterback's best friend, and this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
The RPO, it's complete. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And I love the aggressiveness by the defense. 3rd down and short, I'm going to play with my DBs up, play aggressive, try to take away those RPOs, those quick throws, those easy routes. Did a really good job and made the tackle, forcing the 4th down.
Quarterback making checks. Motion from the wide receiver. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Got it! Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. USC is putting on an offensive clinic. They've built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory. They're up by 20 over Purdue. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run this play from the pistol. The give is to Williams. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And coming out in the 2nd half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this 2nd half, defense picking up where it left off.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Looking downfield, it's Sperry. Spits it out to the back. That's caught. It's Williams. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Finds his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And that one's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking down the middle. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Dropping back, it's Berry. Looking deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. The give from the gun. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Quick release by the QB. Finds his way up just short of the 42. Nine-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for space, it's Powell. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
But with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Quick release on the RPO. Turning it on! That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be second down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
They'll run play action. Here's the pressure. Catch in the middle is Williams. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw again. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Dawgs! Quick strike through the air for the score. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Discards him with the stiff arm. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
First and 10.
Quarterback on the keeper. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out.
Oh, he's got some space. Bulldozes his way through. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
That route is a man beater, and the quarterback knew exactly where to go with it. He got the look he wanted, put it out in front of the receiver, let him do the rest, yards after the catch, setting up first and goal.
Trying to barrel in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Fires into the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Take it off the board and back it up. This penalty will wipe away the touchdown. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They desperately need to get the score here on third and goal to have any kind of wild chance. Back to throw, it's Sperry. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Going for 6. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This offense is so deep in the hole, it looks like the end zone's at the end of the earth. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the big fella. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the fourth quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
Tight end now in motion. Gives it on the option. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Illegal blocking back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense.
Timeout, Georgia.
All right, let's get it. Right.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
And here comes the offense on second down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Pushes forward for 3 out to the 13.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Nolan. Under fire. He's got the tight end.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
The kick is on its way. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You got to give this defense tons of credit because they have been lights out. They have not allowed a single point so far, and a big reason why is how well they're playing on the back end. They came into this game knowing the offense was going to try to throw the football, but they're not giving anything up, and another great job that time in coverage.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding this. Of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Red pass, it's complete. Breaks into the open. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Man, it's go time for this defense now. I mean, you're down by a couple scores, and they're still making big plays. You got to find a way to get a stop, create a turnover, switch the momentum to your side quickly.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
He'll pull it on the read. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
Working that left side now. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the stomping has commenced. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, elation on one sideline, deflation on the other in the hotly contested Sunflower Showdown. Kansas stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Lawrence. That speaks to the way this coach has this team and the direction this program is headed. Fun one in the Big 12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for bowl position.
How about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. To the air, it's Sperry. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Gets it to him on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Noles will line up to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we...
There he goes! And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile in.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Rodgers. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Looking for a man. It's Sperry. Wide open downfield. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it.